Or seen us play through the last few months. You saw what we've been through pretty much game in and game out. Great effort by the guys. As I've said, of all the outstanding teams I've had, this is probably one of my favorite top 7 or 8 teams I've ever coached. It might sound ironic with the losses, but their attitudes and their work ethic and their ability to just keep fighting and fighting and fighting is just goes all the way back to the Old Dominion game, 49-47 with 7 seconds to go. The win over LaSalle, the win over Western Michigan, and just keep playing the way that they've played and losing the games the way we've lost them at Wilmington, at home against Wilmington up 22, and the positions we've been in on the road at Northeastern halftime up 40-33. So it's just, it really is remarkable if you look at the season that these kids had that kind of character and ability just to hang tough. So down 8 in the first half, went to the zone, got them to throw it away a little bit. Second half came back, made some big plays, went to the press, got them to throw it away a little bit. We only had 8 turnovers. They hit that big 3 at the top of the key at the end of the shot clock. I thought we were in position then to possibly pull it off. But right to the very end, they just fought right to the final seconds. They hurt us on the glass, obviously, big, strong offensive rebounding team. I think they and Old Dominion are the 2 best offensive rebounding teams. And they're very good at not only offensive rebounding, but with their size, putting it back and scoring again. Sometimes when you try to front them and you bring weak side help too far over, then they're going to have advantage on the offside rebounds, and that hurt us. You know, we've played with 3 guards all year long, pretty much, and you know, that can hurt you on the glass. So rebounding hurt us tonight, and yet we're still in position to win the game until probably that 3 was the one that broke our back. Questions?
I guess maybe the brief version is,
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
I guess the brief version is this season didn't exactly go quite how you drew up. And I know a lot of things went into it as far as a couple of, with Robert not being able to play, Troy's transfer, and a couple of other injuries.
Yeah, it's been a very difficult season. As you guys know, Robert Nwanka was first team all defensive team as a junior, a guy that we really have done a great job developing. Got involved with a credit technicality with an NCAA ruling, which you know, the family didn't force it, but it's a strange, odd rule. So we lost him in May, and then Cephas Oglesby, our top recruit, who probably would have been one of our leading scorers, developed a rare type of kneecap tendonitis, and we lost him. And then Troy, after 7 or 8 games on a transfer. So, you know, yeah, you lose 3 of your top 6 kids. You're playing with 2 freshmen and 2 walk-ons. And to be in position, you know, we lost these games by an average of 2 or 3 possessions a game. I mean, except for William and Mary, George Mason after being on the bus for 12 hours, and maybe 1 or 2 other games. But primarily throughout the whole 19 conference games, I'd say in 15 of the 19 conference games, we were 2 or 3 possessions away from winning the game. I had a friend of mine who came to our Drexel game at home last week who hadn't seen us play, but he played high school ball with me at Red Bank Catholic, and he didn't realize we had a layup that we missed with 12 seconds to go to win the game. And he says, "Is that the same Drexel team that beat Louisville on TV?" And I said, "Yeah, that's the same team that beat Louisville." And he said, "I can't believe that you guys are as good as you are and have the record that you have." And so I think people saw that throughout the year. And I think as long as your kids don't quit and they play hard, they play together, that's the big thing. But at this level of mid-major, so to speak, if you lose 3 of your top 7 or 8 guys, for any team, it's near impossible. That's why I'm so proud of these kids. I've never – practice was great every day, and people say with all you've done in your career, it's got to be tough. I'll tell you what, it wasn't nearly as tough as you might have thought it was because these kids were just phenomenal. They never pulled apart. They never stopped giving. You know, it was great. It was a great experience, quite frankly.
2 parts. First, when Colds hits the 3-pointer, what were your thoughts? And then secondly, how bad was the injury to Braxton, I guess, when he fell?
Well, we'll have to certainly see about Braxton's ankle when we get back and see where it's at. We didn't think it was anything major from the point of the injury, but it's the same ankle, you know. So he's had that turf toe, and then he had the ankle, and I feel for Brax because he was really moving in a great direction. A lot of you guys know he did a great job on the offseason. Great discipline, losing the weight, getting in shape, and then when you're that size still and you have the injuries. But we'll find out more about that. You know, when he hit the 3, it's funny. I mean, you know, it was almost like a snapshot of our season. And yet I still felt we could have came back down and hit another shot or two. I thought our press was really bothering them. And I thought if we had made one or two more shots, that the press might have put us in position to steal it. So I felt we could have stole it pretty much right down to the final 15, 16 seconds.
Coach, you know, in the last couple minutes, you guys always seem to come back. You were down a lot, down big, and then you cut the lead very small. What do you tell the kids in the huddle? I mean, they just played the Drexel team last week. They were a layup away from winning the game.
Yeah, our guys, like I said, they've just been great. You know, we worked extremely hard in getting into this game. We had a lot of information, obviously, on them because of having played them so recently. I think both teams were extremely well prepared. I think both teams guarded each other's stuff very well. And our guys just have never given up. I mean, it's just, you know, they pull together. It's been constant the whole year long. And we're very capable when we get behind, which is a sign of a good team. Like I told our guys, it's not that I'm so proud of how they played and the great character they showed. I'm also very proud of how well they played. We called a timeout. We set an out-of-bounds plays, put a wrinkle in. We hit Ray, gets wide open for a wide-open three. We pressed them. We get the turnover. I mean, we did a lot of really good basketball things. And they played as a good team for quite a few minutes. So even when they get down, I think they had the confidence they could come back. They've done it a lot all year long.
Coach, for the first 6 halves that you guys played this year, you did a very good job of containing Givens. If you can just kind of tell me what you saw from him in the second half when he kind of just tried to take the game in his own hands.
Yeah, he wore us down. To me, he's you know, I maybe could look at one or two of the youngsters maybe on the Old Dominion team, maybe Pearson on George Mason, but he's the strongest 40-minute player in the league probably. When I say strongest, his strength is really special. At their place, Isaiah did a great job on him defensively, and he was 1 for 9. We got in foul trouble today, obviously, at our 5 spot with Brax. And I just think that towards the end of the game, he had some opportunities. At the same time, we were working hard to keep the ball away from him. He got some of those scores on the backside of our weak side help with a guard coming over. It's hard for any guard to guard him because at 6'5", whatever he is, I don't know, his weight is 230. He's like a Barkley-type guy. And as a lefty, he's pretty tricky getting the ball off the glass. And at the end, he just got some good opportunities. For the players, anything? Okay. Thank you.